Look at the men around you, weak, directionless, addicted to food, to lust, to endless distractions. They chase pleasure while their souls rot. They laugh to hide their emptiness. They are alive in body, but dead in spirit. These men were not born this way. They were once boys full of potential, yet they traded discipline for indulgence, faith for entertainment, and strength for comfort. And so, they became hollow. The tragedy of our time is not the lack of men. It is the abundance of grown boys trapped in man's bodies. God did not create you for comfort. He created you for war. War against sin, war against weakness, war against your own flesh. The man of God does not shrink back. He embraces the battle. The world teaches men to chase ease, but ease makes you fragile. It makes you soft. God's design was never for you to be soft. His design was for you to be sharpened through trials, through pain, through fire. A man who avoids hardship is already defeated, but the man who accepts the fight is already on the path to victory. Comfort whispers, "Stay where you are. You've done enough. Rest a little longer." But comfort is a liar. It lulls you to sleep while your potential dies. The couch is not rest. It is a coffin. The screen is not entertainment. It is a chain. Every time you bow to comfort, you surrender a piece of your strength. The man of God sees comfort for what it is, poison. He spits it out, even when it tastes sweet. He chooses the narrow road, the hard road, because he knows only pain produces power. Discipline is what separates the weak from the strong. It is not about feelings. It is not about motivation. It is about obedience to God, to purpose, to the mission. The man of God trains when his body aches. He studies when his mind resists. He prays when his heart feels empty. He lives not by emotion, but by conviction. Discipline is not glamorous. It is sweat, silence, sacrifice. But it is the very thing that shapes a man into a weapon in God's hands. Temptation never leaves you. It stalks you. It whispers to you. It dresses sin in beauty and promises freedom while leading you to slavery. The world bows to temptation. They call lust freedom. They call gluttony joy. They call distraction relaxation. But the warrior of God sees through the lies. He crucifies his flesh. He resists when others fold. He knows that to bow to temptation is to betray his calling, and he refuses. Every trial is fire, and fire is the forge where warriors are made. Loss, betrayal, hardship, these are not curses. They are chisels in the hand of God, carving you into his image. Weak men run from trials. They shake their fists at heaven. But warriors understand. Fire is the only way to become unbreakable. You are not destroyed by the furnace. You are defined by it. To follow Christ is not to live in ease. It is to carry a cross, heavy, brutal, a burden that only men forged in discipline can bear. The cross is sacrifice. The cross is obedience when it hurts. The cross is bleeding uphill, but refusing to quit. The weak throw theirs aside, but the man of God shoulders it, step after agonizing step. because he knows that on the other side of the suffering is eternal victory. Prayer is not weakness, it is warfare. The man of God bends his knee, not because he is fragile, but because he is dangerous. In prayer, he sharpens his soul. In Scripture, he arms himself with the sword of truth. A man without prayer is unprotected. A man without the word is unarmed. But the man who prays, who breathes Scripture, who builds his life upon it, he becomes untouchable. The word is not paper and ink. It is a blade that cuts through every lie of the enemy. The world laughs at men of God. They call discipline outdated. They call conviction extreme. They mock purity and celebrate weakness. Let them laugh. Their laughter will turn to regret when their bodies fail, when their souls crumble, when death comes. But you will stand unbroken, because while they bowed to culture, you bowed only to God. And in the end, their indulgence will be their chains. Your sacrifice will be your crown. This is your moment, not tomorrow, not someday. Now, stand up, put down the poison of comfort, pick up your cross, train your body, sharpen your mind, fortify your soul in prayer and Scripture. The world is drowning in weak men, but you are not created to be weak. You are created to be forged in fire, anchored in God, unshakable until your last breath. The world is full of men who fell, but you will rise.